What is up, guys? Welcome back. So today we are jumping into our next episode of our Borderlands Mr. Torgue's Arena Badassery painting tutorials, I guess you would want to call it. Today we are tackling Krieg. So a lot of you guys love Krieg. I mean, I love Krieg too. I didn't play him too often into, but I do love Krieg as a character. So we're definitely tackling Krieg. And I'm basically going to probably be doing Maya tomorrow because, like, I did Krieg. Like, I need to do Maya because them two were just lovely. So, he's like so in love with Maya. It's insane. We are going to tackle him. We're going to go ahead and head over to the internet. And we are going to look at some references that we are going to refer to paint this here Krieg. And before one of you bastards say, hey, you wore that shirt yesterday, it is actually the same day for me. I literally have to do 2 miniatures today, which I did 0 today, which I uploaded yesterday, and I'm doing Krieg today as well. I needed to do that because I had something to do Friday. So what day is this? Saturday? I guess this would be Saturday. So, yeah. So before y'all go in the comments and start shitting on me, that's so you know. So, we are on Borderlands fandom. I usually do that. Sometimes I leave Borderlands fandom and look on Google or whatever. But we did find a perfect image of Krieg to refer to in, basically to paint. And this is perfect because he's basically like simple colors. He's like a tan, like basically like a what the fuck would I want to say? Like a pale sand for the wraps. Then we got like some metallics, but we're gonna hit that with a basalt gray first before we hit it with the metallics. We have an orange. I'm gonna use the same orange that I write everyone's names in on the base, so I'm gonna use that for the pants. We got some browns for the belts and buckles and shit. Well, not buckles. Buckles will be metallic as well. And then we have a white mask with an orange vault symbol. Now, his face is kind of small, but we are going to make this work. He has like... Okay, so he does have a patch on one eye. So, I'm definitely going to do that. It doesn't really show his thing on the side, but I know that's metallic, so it's fine. So, we are going to jump right in and start painting this bastard. Okay, so first things first, what we're going to want to do is we're going to start his base coat for his skin. We are going to use a brown rose. That's what I use as the bottom layer of skin. And then I move up to a red, beige red. And then I mix that with a lighter tone. So that maybe like a light earth or a pale sand. Sometimes maybe a pale sand would do it. But I mix it with the beige red to do the better highlights of the skin. But we wait to do the highlights of the skin later on after I do the rest of the model. So we're going to put our beige red down to kind of act as something to separate all the pieces. And then what we will do is we will move on to the orange because that's a big part of the model as well. So let's start with beige red. Or brown rose. Brown rose, guys. Brown rose. Okay, guys. So we do have the brown rose on all the skin spots we need to. Don't forget the fingertips. He does have black gloves on. But don't forget the fingertips. Okay? And also the back of his head. That is open. So you want to hit that as well. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the orange. We're going to do the orange. Just be mindful of his belts. Of course, the metallic parts like his knee pads and stuff. And the wraps. Because he does have a little bit of wraps on his leg as well. Alright, so now the orange is on. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use a pale sand and we're going to hit all of the wraps up. So that'll be his 2 arms and his legs. You do want to be mindful though of the metallic parts or the armor parts and the straps too. The straps are going to be leather brown. So just look at your model, see what you're you're doing, and then work alongside that. There is also a lighter brown on parts of the handle here, so we'll probably try to do that as well. So now with the pale sand on there, we are now going to move on to doing a brown. So we're going to use leather brown, and we're going to do all the leather parts. This is a lighter, like almost orangish brown, so we might do that there. So we're going to do that. We do have to hit the mask up with white, so do keep that in mind. And the metallic parts we are going to hit with a basalt gray, but that's after we do the browns. Alright, so we should have all of the brown on him now, and what we're going to do, I missed a spot. I fucking missed a spot. Look at that. Boom. So I got to hit that. But right after that, we are going to put the white on his face real quick. We're going to put the white on his face just to get that out of the way. And then what we're going to work on is the... I'm going to use a warm gray to do some of the pieces, like his I think this is like a shield or something on the back here, so we're going to hit that with that. We are also going to hit the warm gray on this piece of the stuff, and this piece. This is going to be a basalt gray, and the rest of the handle is going to be a basalt gray. We're also going to use a basalt gray on the armor pieces as well. So let's get the white done. Well, let me get this brown in here because I'm stupid. I'm going to get the brown, and then I'm going to put the white on there. And then we'll get to doing the grays. Okay, so the first layer of white is on there. Now we're going to work on the warm gray and the basalt gray areas, which were on his blade. Different types of shades there. And we're going to use the basalt for the armor pieces. And then we should be good to do a glaze of Gravelord Gray, avoiding the skin, because we don't want to get it on the skin. We're going to highlight the skin. And then on the brown, we're going to use leather browns for that. Alright, so now that we have that on there, we are going to want to put black on these little cables that come around the arm here and up his armpit. We have a mix of Tenebrow Gray and Basalt Gray. That's what we're going to really use to make up for the black. And we are also going to use that to... There's another piece on here that I needed to hit with black. The gloves. You want to make sure the gloves, the fingertips, there is a gloved area there, so you want to make sure you hit that with the dark color too, or a black. Alright, so once we put, before we put our glazes of Gravelord Gray and our leather brown on, what we're going to want to do is we're going to take some gunmetal and we're going to basically like try to get as much around the gray but not kill the gray, the basalt gray, so the armor and the weapons, stuff like that. And then we're going to take a little bit of orange and I'm going to use that to make the vault symbol on his mask before we do the shading, basically. Okay guys, so it's definitely coming together now. Now we can work on our glazes. So we're going to use, like I said, Gravelord Gray on everything but the skin and the leather. So anything brown, I'm going to use a leather brown glaze, and anything else, I'm going to use a Gravelord Gray, except for the skin. Do not get it on the skin. We want to highlight the skin and make it pop without using any shades and stuff like that. You can do that with all the layers of paint that you're using. And while that dries, I'm going to put a Rhinox hide on the base and let that dry. Once that's drying, I will go back over to the body and I will start highlighting. Alright, so we have our glazes on. We have the base, first layer painted. So now what we're going to do is we're going to work on highlights. So we're going to go back over with the white in different spots of the mask, make that pop. We're going to do the orange on the mask again, of course. We're going to take the orange, we're going to highlight the folds and stuff in the pants. And then we're going to go with a pale, and we're going to, with a pale sand, highlight some of the parts of the, like, bandages and shit. And I might add a little bit of blood, just a tad little bit, to the blade here. Just, like, kind of stain it a little bit. And, of course, we're going to work on the skin tone. So that's what I might actually work on first, making sure all of this is completely dry before adding any more paint to it, because it will run with it if I don't make sure it's completely dry. So we're going to work on the skin right now. So we're going to put a layer of beige red, but we're only going to worry about each individual muscle, leaving the recesses that brown rose. And then from there, I'm going to highlight the tops of each muscle with a mix of pale sand and beige red, and it should be okay. Alright, so basically the model's actually kind of done. So what we're going to do now is we are going to go ahead and do the rest of the base. So we are going to dry brush a light earth. We are going to flock it, paint the rim black, and put Krieg on the front there. And here we have it, guys. Krieg is finally done. I think the longest point of this was actually doing the skin tone, but man, I think this looks great. I also did add blood splatter to the buzz axe as well. I really do like the way that this turned out. I'm really excited for my Vault Hunters to check out these minis on the table once I start my Bunkers and Badasses back up again. Like, I can't wait, because now that I have all these characters. If this video helps you out in any sort of way with painting your Krieg for Monster Fight Club's Borderlands, be sure to leave this video a huge like. Also, if you know anybody that needs help with painting their miniatures, also share the videos with your buddies that need help, because a lot of people want to have painted miniatures but are, I don't want to say scared, but intimidated by having to paint something so small. It's all about practice. All you have to do is pick up a miniature, pick up a brush, get paint, and get it on the model. The more you do it, the better you'll get. But if you don't do it at all, you won't gain that skill. So for those of you that are having that issue, just give it a try. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel and you've been watching my videos, or if you're new and you did like today's video, it would really help us out if you hit that subscribe button. We are almost at 800 subs, and I'm trying to reach 1,000 by the end of the year. I don't know if we can make that, but it'll be nice. It'll be nice to get to 1,000, because we are actually almost at 1,000 videos. That's insane. That's a lot of fucking videos. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.